Okay, so today we are going to look at the naming of aldehyde and also ketone. So first, let's look at the functional group of this aldehyde and ketone. Both of them, they contain carbonyl, okay, the carbonyl functional group. But the difference is for aldehyde, it ends with hydrogen. Okay, it's at the terminal of the chain, so you attach to at least one hydrogen. The other side, it is an alkyl group. For ketone, the carbonyl is at the middle of the chain, so it attached to two alkyl group. Okay, so this is ketone attached to two alkyl group, and you have aldehyde attached to at least one hydrogen. Okay, so now let's look at the naming of aldehyde and ketone. So how to name this compound? So this is an aldehyde. The suffix for aldehyde is Al. Okay, it ends with Al. And for this aldehyde, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So it is pentanol. Let's look at the next example. So this is another aldehyde. Again, this aldehyde also contain, let's do the numbering first, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it contains 5 carbons in the longest chain. It is again another pentanol. But the different thing here with the previous pentanol is you have two substituents, one attached to carbon number 2 and another one attached to carbon number 3. So the one that attached to carbon number 2 is an isopropyl, and carbon number 3 we have a methyl group. So to name this compound, it is okay, so for the substituent, we have to arrange it to according to alphabetical order. So I comes before M. So the name should be 2 isopropyl, 3 methyl, and pentanol. Next, let's look at another example. Now we have aldehyde functional group attached to a cycloalkene. Okay, so to name this kind of structure, it should be cycloalkane carbaldehyde. Okay, remember, this is cycloalkane carbaldehyde. Cycloalkane depends on how many carbons is in the ring. Okay, it is not cycloalkanol. Okay, remember, it is not cycloalkanol. So for this is a 6-member rings. So this compound should be named as cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Next, we have an aromatic aldehyde. Okay, So aldehyde is attached to benzene ring. So this is benzene carbaldehyde. Okay, this is benzene carbaldehyde. Or the common name for this aromatic aldehyde is benzaldehyde. The next example is a ketone. Okay, so now we have a simple ketone here. We have to do the numbering for the longest chain containing the carbonyl, and we have to give the carbonyl carbon, the lowest number. So the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carbon number 2 is the carbonyl carbon. We have pentanone here. Okay, so the suffix for ketone is ONE. So we have pentanone. We have to indicate the position of carbonyl carbon in the name. So it is 2-pentanone. Or you can name it as pentane 2-on. Okay, so for next example, we have this ketone. So for this ketone, we have carbonyl, okay, the ketone functional group, and also a double bond. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can see this again a pentanone. Pentanone contains a double bond at carbon number 3. So it is now pentanone. Okay, so pentanone indicate you have a double bond. So the double bond is at carbon number 3 is pen 3 in 2 on. Okay, double bond is at carbon number 3. The carbonyl carbon is carbon number 2. The next example. Now we have aldehyde and ketone. Okay, now we have both aldehyde and ketone in the same molecule. Okay, so for this we have to name this compound as aldehyde because aldehyde is with higher priority in naming compared to ketone. So the numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a hexana. Okay, we have a hexana at carbon number 5. We have a ketone group. So when ketone become a substituent, it becomes oxo. So we have 5-oxo hexana.